So you're listening to Best Kept Secrets with me, Paul.
And me, Lucy.
Right, now one of the things we want to talk about today, and I never thought I'd be talking about this, is snooker.
I did, because I love snooker.
Well, snooker wasn't normally a game that I was too interested in. The fact that the game seemed to go on and on and on, frame after frame, and it goes on for hours and hours and hours, and you have to sit quietly, doesn't really fit in with my way of doing things normally. But we were lucky enough to go to the Snooker Shoot Out tournament at Blackpool Tower Circus recently. It was televised on Sky Sports, so you might have seen a little bit of it, and we actually found it rather good, didn't we, Lucy?
It was absolutely brilliant.
Now, the whole point of this is that it's short games, and it happens very, very quickly, and there's not all this time to stand around thinking about it. So it makes it more interesting, if you like, for people who aren't necessarily snooker buffs in the first place.
I know there'd be a certain amount of reluctance from people who are purists, but it's a bit like the 2020 and international one-day cricket games. Once you get used to the idea and once you actually witness the games, then you get caught up in it and the excitement, and you understand that it's a concept that's going to appeal probably to younger people.
Anyway, to get the ball rolling, here's Ivan Hirschowitz from the organisers, World Snooker, and he explains what it's all about.
It's a brand new tournament, and it's all about trying to bring a new and younger audience in to watch snooker. Barry Hearn took over the running of World Snooker just over a year ago, and he's come up with all sorts of new ideas, new formats and exciting ways to make snooker more attractive and to kind of get it back to where it was back in the 80s when it was about the most popular sport in Britain. So he said that he's not going to touch the big events like the World Championship, the UK Championship, the Masters. Those are going to be kind of ring-fenced. But he's brought in new events like this one to try and make it a bit more exciting. And this is kind of the epitome of that.
Excellent. And in a nutshell, in 30 seconds, how does this tournament work?
Well, you put me on a shot clock there, and the shot clock is kind of integral part of this event. It's a one-frame knockout event. It's the top 64 players in the world. It's a maximum of 10 minutes a frame, so it's not like normal snooker where they might play best of 9 or best of 17 frames. It's at one frame, and if the game is still going after 10 minutes, that's it. Whoever's got the most points wins.
We went to watch a couple of games, and they were fascinating because, as Paul explained, they were very fast, just 10 minutes. So it was really exciting.
And the atmosphere was completely different to anything else you've seen at snooker before. The players had sort of polo shirts on, if you like, looks like sports shirts. They had a number on, they had their name on the back, which was very handy for me because I didn't actually know quite a few of them, so that was great. And also the atmosphere in the arena was good because you didn't have to sit quietly. You could have banter with the players and you could cheer along, and it was great fun, in fact, wasn't it, Lucy?
I thought so, yes. I really thoroughly enjoyed it and can't wait for next year's.
But don't just take our word for it. We bumped into a few of the players and asked them what they thought as well. And when you're talking snooker, who better to start with than the all-time great, as far as I'm concerned, Steve Davis?
Well, initially I was not sceptical, but worried that it wouldn't do snooker any favours or wouldn't do it justice. But I'm delighted to say that I've been more than pleasantly surprised by not just the outcome, but also the interest it seems to be developing. We're all getting feedback from it from various sources, and it seems like it's captured the imagination of the TV public, which is not astonishing, but very rewarding to think that snooker can be entertainment in more than just the way it's shown in, say, the World Championship format. So initially, I think we're all very excited by the possibilities that this could be part of the resurgence of snooker's interest and could kickstart a new generation perhaps to start watching. And
we also caught up with Ken Doherty.
What do you think of the tournament then?
Yeah, it's fantastic. A little bit different than what we're used to, of course, but it's very exciting. Great atmosphere out there, great crowd, and I think all the players are really enjoying the experience.
Brilliant. I mean, it's completely different from a normal snooker game that can last hours and hours, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, even Pot Black, when you used to play Pot Black, this is even tougher than that. It's like Pot Black on roller skates, you know. It's very, very hard because you've the 20-second shot clock, and of course, 20 seconds not too bad, but the 15-second shot clock, that is quite tough, you know. So you have to play different shots sometimes just to play the shot within the times frame. So, but, you know, the crowd are getting really involved, and that's good to see, and you know, a lot of people have been texting, like, when you're on, or all watching it at home, like, you know, so it seems to be catching on with the public as well, and that's a good thing.
And one of the highlights of the tournament for me, I think, was seeing Ronnie O'Sullivan play. Now, I'd heard of Ronnie O'Sullivan. I hadn't heard of some of the others. I hold my hand up because I haven't followed snooker very, very closely. But Ronnie O'Sullivan is a name that you'll be familiar with whether you follow snooker or not. And he was absolutely awesome in the game we saw. He played Mark Selby in the
Quarterfinal.
No, it was the last 16.
Oh, sorry.
He played Mark Selby in the last 16 match. Now, the way this game goes, if you win the break and you pop all the balls before the other guy gets on, the other guy doesn't get a look in. And that is exactly what happened with Mark Selby. He didn't get to the table at all. Ronnie O'Sullivan was absolutely awesome. And I was quite surprised he didn't go on to win the tournament. In fact, he lost out in the semi-final. And the tournament was won by Nigel Bond. So very good luck to him. That was his first big tournament win for quite a while, I think. So just goes to show it's something for everybody in shootout snooker.